Hey everybody, J-Man here for the weekly Spawn review. Today we're reviewing Gunslinger Spawn number 13, $2.99 US. Still the best value comic for the price that there is. Gunslinger is my favorite comic book right now that I'm reading. It's been my favorite comic book since number 1. And it's been my favorite comic book for 13 issues, so 13 months. This comic is bloody awesome. All right, check. Oh shit, I didn't even see this. Look at that, that's awesome. That is November. Okay, so really quickly, before we get into the review, I just want to let everybody know that we are doing a Respawn stream. So that is a live stream dedicated to Spawn, its fans, creators, whatever you want to talk about. It is a live open mic show, which means that anything you want to discuss relating to Spawn will be allowed. No hot topics, no religion or politics or that kind of stuff, unless of course it's talking about heaven and hell in Spawn, then that obviously is allowed, but nothing like, we don't want to be trashing people or canceling, none of that stuff. This is going to be a for fans thing where we want to celebrate Spawn, not random stuff from the internet. So the way it works is that on the day of the stream, so this month, it's going to be October 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. The link or the stream link is already on my channel. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you go to that and hit the notification bell. When we go live, I will be putting a link in the chat. So if you have to be in the live chat, and I will put a link, and all you need is a microphone and a web browser, because that link will take you right to a web page, and you're just going to sign in with, you don't need to sign in, sorry, you're just going to put your name down and come in with a microphone. That's it, and you can talk live. It's going to be really fun. We've already done one of those. This is our second one, so make sure you're a part of it. Okay, Gunslinger Spawn number 13. I'm going to review this using my SPACE method, which is story, pacing, artistry, characters, enjoyment. You get a score out of 10 at the end of that. Each category is scored between 0 and 2. So if you got a perfect score, you'd have 10 out of 10. 2 for story, 2 for pacing, 2 for art, that kind of a thing. The way I grade comics is I grade them against themselves and their peers. So what that means is when I buy Gunslinger number 13, I'm expected that I already know who Gunslinger is. I'm also expected that it's part of a series. It's number 13. That's part of it. The second part of it is that just on its own as a comic, because this is somebody's first comic book, right? Every comic is somebody's first. I don't remember. I'm not sure if that was Jim Shooter or John Byrne. It was one of those guys. Let me know in the comments if you remember who said that, because I always forget, and that's really bad that I forgot. But so we're grading it against itself, but also its peers and other Spawn comics. So we're not comparing this to The Dark Knight Returns. We're not comparing this to Watchmen. We're not comparing this to The Boys or whatever. That's how we do things. Okay, for the storyline, I'm going to give a 1. So 1 out of 2 means good. If you get a score of 1, that is good. 2 is great. 0 is bad. So 1 is good. The reason I'm giving it a 1 is that it is still a bit simple. Javier is looking for revenge for the wrongs that were committed to him by these bad guys, Sanchez and whatever. These bad guys did this to him in the 1800s. He has been sucked into our time via the events of the Spawn comic, when Spawn locked up all the dead zones and people got sucked through time, and it was just a disaster. Gunslinger Javier is stuck in our present time looking for revenge on the people that wronged him. This story is an age-old story. It's nothing new. However, I'm giving it a 1 because it is done very well. I would almost give it a 1.5 to say it's done exceptionally well or very good, but no, it's a 1. I think it's a 1. The pacing and the story in this particular issue is that he's looking for Sanchez. So he's gotten some Gunslinger's gotten some information, and him and Taylor are out looking for the bad guys. So it is simple, but still good. That's why it gets a 1 out of 2. The pacing, 2 out of 2. These Spawn comics, especially Gunslinger, all the Spawn comics, but especially Gunslinger, are rapid fire. I go through these, I'm like, God damn, that was awesome. I got to go through it again. How many times you go through comics, more than once. Honestly, be honest with yourself. You read a comic, you're like, I read it, that gets put off on the shelf, right? Or in the box. This gets bag boarded, it goes in a box, it's done, right? Not Gunslinger. Even the other Spawn titles. I would say Spawn and Gunslinger are my two favorites. Scorched is really good. They're all good. They're all amazing. But I don't often go back. But this Gunslinger, I'm so hyped to just go back and start it again. That's how great it is for the pacing too. Artistry. I'm going to give the artistry a 2 out of 2. So I'm not saying that this is better than Jack Kirby, but what I am saying is that it fits this book, and I love the style for this comic. So here's some of the page. It is a bit panely in the sense that you do have sort of like standardized kind of like a grid here, these like kind of widescreen panels. They do change it up a little bit, but the art is so good, and I love the colors here. And like, I mean, just this entire page is, to me, is really neat. It's getting kind of funky, right? As Gunslinger starts to perform some pretty heinous acts, the panels go a little bit weird. Like, look at this guy, he's great. I love this style of art. This is my favorite art right now in any comic. Yeah, I think this is my favorite art of any comic that I'm reading right now. It's been consistently good. Great. I mean, I would have said 1.5, but I'm just loving it so much. I have to go the full 2 out of 2. Again, this is not saying that this art is better than a Jack Kirby or a Neil Adams or something like that. Jack Kirby, we rate against other Jack Kirby art, right? So if I'm doing a Jack Kirby book, I will discuss his art compared to his best art. This is being compared to what Gunslinger is offering and what I'm expecting out of Gunslinger and what suits Gunslinger. Not every artist suits every book. This has been just done beautifully. That was the artistry. So next is the characters. The characters, I'm going to give a 1 out of 2. It's not getting a full score on characters this time around because really, it's really just Gunslinger and Taylor. That they're really the only characters. Gunslinger himself, to me, is one of the best characters that we've ever had out of a new book, really. Like, I mean, to me, like, this has just been amazing. I love Javier. I think he's amazing. Taylor's a pretty interesting character. I do like him, but those are really the only characters right now in this book. Scorched is better for the characters. So there's not really strong villains. Like Winterstone, I think, was the last guy he fought. He was pretty good. So I may have given that a bit of a higher score than this one. This one's getting the 1. It's still good. I like the characters, but it's really just Gunslinger, right? For the enjoyment, I'm giving it a 2 out of 2. I absolutely love these books. I think they're great. So that's an 8 out of 10, right? We've got 2, 4, 6, 8 out of 10. Gunslinger is 8 out of 10. Issue number 13. Thought it was another stellar issue of Gunslinger. I cannot wait. I was like, oh shit, it's over. I got to get the next one. So I absolutely love this. I actually wrote a letter. Hopefully, let's see if they publish I was just trying to see if they even, I'm just trying to see if they even published on this one. No, they haven't. But I may not have gotten, there might be a couple issues down the line because I just sent it maybe like a few weeks ago. So yeah, Gunslinger Spawn, I love it. Let me know what your thoughts are on Gunslinger. What's your rating? How do you guys rate comics? Do you rate comics, or did you just say this was awesome, or what? And again, please remember to hit the notification bell for the Spawn stream. You don't have to do it for all the videos, whatever, but this one's an open mic, so I definitely want people to come and share their thoughts about Spawn. So that's really important. If you like this kind of content, give me a subscription. I'm so close to 1,000, which is going to be a big milestone. I've been on YouTube for 10 years. 10, you know how in movies where they say 10 years later, and then it's like the future, and then it's like a post-apocalyptic. It's been 10 years. So I'm really close to 1,000. I really appreciate your support if you want to give it to me. If not, that is definitely cool. Give me a like anyway. I appreciate it. That's it, guys, for this week. Until next time.